Why is there another one that has no skin? What is this? What is the new one? Is it going to get through the wall? Taller wall. I really hope there's not something that's taller than that, please. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and today I'll be reacting to the second episode of Attack on Titan, and already I have so many questions. The first episode was just brilliant in setting up what's going on and just diving us into this world. Like, just the premise alone, I feel vengeful after the first episode. It didn't feel optimistic or hopeful, like you wanted the heroes to just fight and win. You want revenge on that specific Titan that brutally ate the kid's mum and was smiling about it. But then the questions I have, right? So many weird things are going on, especially with the Titans. That's where my main focus of the questions lie, because their design is so intentional in so many ways. Because it's clear that their threat and their power comes from just their size. They're giant things. But the weird thing is, they're not exactly giant humans. Their proportions are odd. They're smiling, they look mindless. There's differences there. There's clearly they're in their design that you're not meant to just think of them as just giant people. Something weirder is happening with them. Yet they also look like people. So they're trying to say that they aren't people, but also making a similarity that they are kind of like people. It's really unsettling. Now I desperately want to know why that is. I really want to know the history of this world. Like, what are the Titans? Are they just always here? Are they a threat that's always been posed to humanity? Like, what are they? And then we have the big one at the end, which came to a surprise to everyone in this little village, that it was taller than the wall that's meant to protect them all. It had no skin and was just muscle, and it appeared after a flash of lightning. So my main, if I had to guess, I'm guessing the lightning struck one of the smaller Titans and it turned into this. Don't know how, no idea why, but it is terrifying. And I think the worst bit is, it seems intelligent. All the others, they said they were just mindless, they scratched at the walls, they're hungry, they want food, but they couldn't get in. It was fine. This one kicked a hole through the wall. It didn't actually enter, it just kicked the hole in and is now just watching. So it let all the little ones get in to eat the people. That's smart. It let the others go through. It didn't. Then of course they also smile when they're doing all this awful thing, and I don't know why that is, but it just unnerves me. So now I know that this episode is basically part 2 of the first sort of thing. So very excited to just jump right back into it, because of course the mum's dead, and I want to see how the kids are going to process that, because it was horrifying to watch. We know Eren, the son, he basically was forced to watch it. Well, I think Mikasa was held in like a different direction, so she couldn't see it. So that's going to be fun to think about. And just, it'll be interesting to see how they deal with both their trauma, because it's both their mum, they lost them, but one actually had to physically watch as she got eaten. Also, I want to figure out where Armin is, because he didn't run with the 2 kids. He was somewhere else. So how are they going to try and escape this chaos? I'm hoping that this city or this village has like connections or something, that it isn't just one small isolated village in the whole world that's safe. I think we got scenes of other places or like farms or whatever, so hopefully there's more safety. But with a giant thing that can kick down the wall, it feels like nowhere's going to be safe. I think the last thing I want to say before we get into the episode is the dreams that Eren has. Those concern me. Like, that's the thing we don't know anything about. He basically saw the future in some way, and I'm trying to figure out if that's some kind of weird power or like why it happened. He was crying after the dream. He barely remembered it, but during editing, I remember seeing he saw his mum die. There are other things in there, so maybe it hasn't all happened yet, but he saw his mum die in the dream. He basically saw the future, and I'm trying to figure out if that's some kind of weird power that he has, what sort of laws this world works on. But whatever the case, it proves that Eren is this special kid that can somehow see the future in this traumatic way. But yeah, with that, I am so excited to get into this episode, and if you guys do enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel to grow. If you do enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon, the link will be in the description. Over there I'm uploading these videos and the full reaction a week in advance. If that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. But with that said, let's just dive on in.
They first appeared over 100 years ago.
History, okay.
Giant humanoid creatures.
So they just appeared out of nowhere.
The brute strength of these aberrations trumped an average person's many times over.
Yeah, you can imagine that. They're gigantic.
To the brink of extinction almost overnight.
This is... Oh, wait, they just appeared and there's so many of them?
Rose and Sina,
Ooh.
withdrawing behind them in frightened huddles for what was to be a century.
Okay, so there's a giant city. Where's, like, Eren, and where's the people that we're following? What part are they in? Okay, so that was a great bit of history there. So they just appeared out of nowhere, and they basically destroyed humanity and forced them into that one city. I think the bit that we saw was probably one of those little bits on the outside, maybe, because they had scouts that go outside the wall, and they just talk about the one wall. Seems like the government is based right in the middle of it. So is this whole story just going to be as watching them get further and further into the center? Because the first wall clearly did nothing against the big one. But that is interesting. They just appeared out of nowhere over 100 years ago. So there was a time when everything was just normal, and then it just happened. So something started this all, and I like the mystery aspect of this. Obviously, I'm thinking thinking a story about revenge and just trying to Eren avenge his mother. I want answers now. This world, it seems so intriguing. Like, part of me thinks they're like, were people turned into them, maybe? Because they look like people. They all have distinct designs. How else do you explain them just appearing overnight? I mean, they are clearly monsters though, so they could just be like some weird creation. I don't know. My mind is just spinning at the ideas of how these things started. Yeah. Oh wait, birds. Is the destruction sort of over? Feels relatively calm.
Heaven-driven Een as the plow by Everett! Now thou behold...
Okay, things aren't over yet. No, we're still here, but you just have a crazy guy in the middle of the street preaching stuff. Okay. What's the religion like in this world? Because this guy seems very much okay with what's happening, kind of. We're gonna see so much death, aren't we? You're gonna be dead. Yep, I hate them so much. Why are they smiling? Why do they look so joyful? I hate that. I don't want to see another death like we saw the mum, please. Just cut past them. We know she's dead. I don't need to see it. I hate the smiles. I hate the smiles so much. Are you dead yet? That one's not smiling. Oh no, there's the smile. Okay. Okay, and he's finally stopped talking. Okay. He's kind of asking for it. Please don't. Ooh.
We almost had her out! Why did you come? Why? I told.
He froze with fear. Could he have saved the mum? Could that have happened? We're in a calm spot, but no one else is here, so I'm guessing you're still in danger.
There's nothing you could have done for her, you understand? You're a kid. You're weak. I'm worse.
Yeah, oh, wait, yeah.
Your mother died because I'm a damn coward!
Oof. I like this angle, because I think... Was he thinking that Eren's probably blaming himself a little bit, not being able to help her? He's basically putting all the blame and responsibility on himself to spare the kids. They weren't strong enough to get her out of the rubble. They could do nothing. It's his fault. We still haven't seen really any reaction from the sister. How is she dealing with it?
All over again.
All over again, huh? Interesting. So where's the exit? Where can you guys escape? I hate this. There's different sized ones. They're not all the... Yeah, of course they're not the same size. There's a giant one that was taller than the walls. Okay, so there's the exit.
These things aren't going to give you a head start!
This is going to be just a tragedy. There's going to be so many people left that can't get on boats, isn't there? Why isn't there more ways into the other bit of the wall? I mean, it's a shame because I really like this village. It was so beautiful.
Entire districts like Shiganshina jut out like thorns at vital spots along wall markers.
There we are. So that's what they...
Is to streamline troop dispersal and keep security costs down by drawing Titans into specific areas.
What?
Is that they have only a single gate through which its citizens are able to...
That's awful. This really is just a pen for cattle. This is... It's bait, basically. It's to draw all the Titans into one area. Is the government evil? You're on a boat.
Oh,
good.
You best have a seat.
Just keeping an eye out for my friends.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Oh, there they are.
Give them their space. God only knows what they've just seen.
Okay, good, good, good. Seems relatively calm. There's no, like, Titan near the boats.
I need those cannons loaded!
They have emotion. When they're not, like, eating people, they're not smiling. So it isn't like a permanent smile they have. They actually smile when they're just eating people. Is this on the other side? Please tell me it's safe on the other side. Those walls look bigger than the ones that the giant one got through. And it's nice to know that that big skinless one isn't in the city yet.
Hey, what are you doing?
You're at capacity.
The rest of us I'm sorry, it's at full capacity!
Honestly, just swim for it at this point.
Look, there's nothing we can do! Push off now!
You can't even... I'm trying to listen for footsteps if there's anything, like, coming for them. They're so loud. This is just bait. Can they swim for it? What was that? Cannon? Please say it's a cannon. That's something. Where are the Titans? Which side are they on?
They're all descent and not designed for accuracy to begin with! You're gonna give me attitude or you're gonna reload!
Everything about this is designed to fail. Okay, so they were on the other side of the wall and they're just trying to get out far. Oh, closing.
The inner gate! I'm not getting left behind!
It's closing on them. The government's evil!
Wait, are you out of your mind?
Okay. Wait, not the government?
There aren't enough resources for the whole human race to retreat behind the next wall if they break through!
What?
We don't get to decide who lives or dies! What are you waiting for? The Titans are closing the gap! That does it! Bring her down!
Oh, dear. You can understand both sides slightly.
Let go of me!
I'm with this guy, but then again, you can't... Is it too late? And what's a puny wall gonna do? As in, like, the puny wall that they're closing over the gate. The big one got through! No way. the big one's in. Is that the big one? It's kind of small. No, that's not. That's a different. That's a different one. It has hair. Why is there another one that has no skin? What's it? Wait. It's sprinting. I don't like this at all. They're meant to be mindless. What is this? What is the new one? Okay, so the ones without skins are different. And it's bulletproof, or cannon-proof, more like. This is... You're dead. Is it going to get through the wall?
We've got to get the hell out of here!
Yeah, I don't think you're safe. They're all dead. They're all going to be smushed. They're all going to be smushed. There's going to be a horrifying scene like the mum. They're all going to be stepped on and smushed. You should... Yeah, I'm so annoyed. You actually have to close the gate. It meant nothing. It's through. It's through the wall. It's through... This is bad. This is very bad. It's through the wall. So what part of it is in like the main ring now? The wall meant nothing to it. There goes the sheep mentality completely. Is it going to start eating people? Like what? And
Oh, God.
And now more can get through. Yeah. Is it a machine? Is it a robot? It was letting off steam. Now what? Now what? Now what? What is it going to do now? And that one, again, the proportions are just weird. Map. Where is it now? Is it within, like, the bigger ring? I can't understand what that, but I'm guessing that's important.
Every man, woman, and child within the interior knew the unthinkable had come to pass.
The interior, so...
What do you think we're meant to make of these reports of Shiganshina falling to the Titan?
The center.
The refugees are certainly flooding in like plague rats. There have been at least 500 accounted for in the...
Plague rats, that's a great comparison. What do you think of them?
Surely Walmaria is enough on its own to hold the Titans at bay, don't you think?
Yeah, the walls proved meaningless.
I say we make appeals to the central government for help.
This isn't the central government.
Walmaria's been broken through! The Titans are... they're in!
They're in. Okay, so they are in the main bit now. They're in the main ring. Great. They're different colours. This really is the end of the world.
It's gone. Our house. It's all gone.
Yep, the simple life that you hated is now gone forever. Regretting what you said now?
I never said I love you.
Oh.
I'll never get to.
This is heartbreaking.
Because every last one of us is a damn coward.
Your mum died because of that, and you never got to say you love her.
No. This is over. What are you?
What are you doing?
I'm gonna put a stop to this.
Oh.
Kill them all. Every last one.
Awesome. Okay, this really is a story about revenge.
The central government declared the outlier districts a lost cause.
Lost?
And decreed all mankind retreat behind Wall Road.
Okay, so yeah, they do want, they're not like saying fend for yourselves, they are saying get in the sort of the center bit. Good.
Eren, Carla, Mikasa, please be alive.
Well, one's dead. How are you gonna sort of reunite with them? That's gonna be tricky.
Stay with me, boy! Wake up!
Stop it! Please, you're...
Is this another dream?
I don't understand what you're trying to do!
You don't have to! Just give me your arm!
An injection? What's...
Mom's death pushed you off the deep end!
Shut up!
Mum's death pushed me on the deep end? What? So this is the future.
You cannot forget the key! Whatever you do, you must reach it!
The cellar, the key.
One day you'll understand!
Is this the future? Is this the... He keeps dreaming of the future! What in the world? The dad goes insane because the mum dies and he tries to inject his kid with something, talking about the cellar. What in the world? The cellar's important. What on earth is in the cellar?
That was... It felt so real.
Can you start remembering your dreams? They feel like they're very helpful. Still have the key.
Now it's where they corral the refugees.
Taller wall. I really hope there's not something that's taller than that, please.
All I've had for 2 days is a moldy bit of crust!
Not exactly a dignified existence.
Yeah, no, it's dreadful.
Hey, guys! Armin.
He looks happy, though. That's something.
Grandpa scrounged a little extra by telling the powers that be he had kids.
That was nice of him.
Okay, good, good, good. You have food. What was the lip?
What's his deal? There's a shortage. poor man's probably hungry.
Your children, you should have more food.
They were already dealing with famine before we got here, so it's an ugly situation.
Oh no. So it's kind of the perfect time for the Titans to attack. You're dealing with a famine too?
Guess we gotta beef up the herd, though. Eat up! The Titans like a little meat on their bones.
Why? Why? Punch him in the face.
Gotta keep you in cages. Shove you out to the front lines as a buffer.
Yay! Oh, with a shin! Awesome!
You picked the wrong man, asshole! Spineless cowards! All of you!
He's literally, the whole world is against this kid.
You seen one? You seen what they can do?
No, you haven't. You're just a coward.
He didn't mean it. He's just hungry. We all get that way. Speak our minds out of turn sometimes.
I get it, he's trying to help, but I want this guy to pay. But of course he can't because they're children.
In case you hadn't noticed, we're all hungry. Tell your buddy a little gratitude goes a long way.
Hate him.
Bastard. I'm not about to show gratitude to a cow.
Everything about this just wants to make me see sort of Eren grow up and be stronger and be able to just put people in their place.
Wake up! The guys standing between us and them are just a bunch of talk!
Yeah, they're useless.
The hell with all of them! Here! Go back!
Don't push your friends away, though.
I know I used to think our future was beyond the walls, but it's like you told that man. I never seen what they could do to us.
Oh, you've broken. You've accepted this cheap fate.
We can damn well leave! If you want to scrape by in the charity of cowards, that's your thing!
Wait,
but
who's-
I'm not a parasite!
Yeah, punch, good. Let him think, but also, is that the plan? You want to leave the city and just fend for yourself out in the world, where all the other giant titans are? That feels like bad. I mean, he is still a child, after all.
All of us are parasites. We couldn't run from certain death without help. Tell me differently. Don't take your shortcomings out on him.
Okay, I love seeing, like, the different representations in the children. You got one who's filled with hatred and vengeance and wants to fight. You have one who's kind of just depressed and just breaking and just considering herself like a parasite and worthless and just teeny. You have the other one who's just given up and just figuring that everything was good before and trying to scrape by. Trying to be slightly positive, but also just accepting their fate.
Eat it. She asked us to stay alive, not about to let her down.
Oh, okay, we're finally seeing how she's processing, and yeah, it's just forcing her brother to stay alive. Oh, dear. It feels calmer, though, so I'm happy with that.
Starved refugees were put to plow in the wastelands as a last-ditch effort to raise food.
Okay, so put to work to make food.
The remaining refugees old enough to serve in the military were tasked with reclaiming Walmart.
After a year, so a year's gone by, reclaiming the wall, so the Titans haven't advanced further.
1,000 sent. Only 20% of the surviving population, not even 200, made it back.
Oh, okay, so yeah, you just can't stand a chance.
Their sacrifice did at least lessen the effects of famine within the interior.
I guess that's something. That's people to feed, sure. Don't like that, though. And that means your guy died. Great. So a year has passed. People are dead. Famine's a little better because there's just less mouths to feed.
We have to find a way to stop them. Lives will never be our own until we do.
Is anyone studying a Titan? Like, what's going on in this world? Is there one captured? Can you study it? What
Next year I'll be applying to join the cadets.
What about the rest of you?
To become strong enough to fight back.
Is that like a good plan though? We haven't seen anyone capable of fighting. So if he's being taught to fight, what he's being taught clearly isn't being that effective.
Not trying to drag you in. Look, there's no point in following me to my.
They all want to fight.
And if I can help it, then it won't be your death.
That's her purpose now, to stop you from dying, to fulfill her mother's dying wish.
Straighten those spines, pissheads! The 104th Cadet Corps boot camp starts now!
Another year is gone then.
If I've done my job, you'll be waking up in a cold sweat from memories of this place every night for the rest of your miserable life!
Great, so it's tough, but we've seen the result of this training, right? It's useless.
But over the next 3 soul-crushing years, you'll learn to take down your own Goliath!
Really? Has any Titan been killed yet?
Cause here's where you ask yourself, am I a fighter, or am I feet?
Are they all grown up?
Or am I gonna be the one to bite?
Oh, I'm a fighter.
He's gonna love it here.
Before I'm done with them, the Titans will grow to hate me.
Oh, the music. He wants to be the scourge of the Titans. This is insane. Okay, this place looks calm. No Titans. Yay. Oh my. Okay, I already love this show so much. Just seeing like the detail in the kids. This is basically just aftermath of the big first, I guess, disaster. You get to see 2 years passed. A lot happens. And we just get to see sort of the world, the cities and so on. So is it right in saying the city is the last thing left here? You have an entire world. All of that's dead. And you just have this one city remaining with all of humanity left here. That's insane. And basically you had a lot of rings and the first ring has sort of fallen. That, you can't, that's bad. Titans are in there. You have another muscle one that's smaller and more powerful and fast. So they have different abilities. One was a giant version of the giants who kicked a hole through the wall. The other one can move very quickly and actually just run through a wall and breathes out steam and heat. Are they machines or biological? They eat people though, and they smile. I don't really know. It just adds more questions to them. But right, I love seeing like the kids and their journey through this and how each of them have a different response to the disaster that they've just experienced. Of course, our main one, Eren, I love that his is kind of vengeful. It's my kind of thing. It's probably not the healthiest thing to have, but I always love a good bit of revenge. This is that. He is fueled with such hatred and anger towards the Titans, which can be a bad thing, but it's directed at abominations, which are just these evil creatures that eat people. There's not really any redeeming quality about them. So I'm very happy with this and just watching him hopefully become someone that's able to take these down. Of course, I don't really have a huge amount of faith in this training army stuff, because we haven't seen any of them be actually useful, right? Have we seen anyone kill a Titan? I don't think so. We get 2 years that have gone past, and basically most of the army is dead, and that's what made the famine bearable, because it's just less mouths to feed. So, but then again, those weren't properly trained soldiers, those were refugees who became of age and just forced to fight. So that wasn't the best scenario. Hopefully things have changed now and they have better, maybe equipment. 2 years have passed, a lot can happen in 2 years. They better have better equipment, and they better have better training. I need Eren to stand some kind of a chance, or like, because we've seen, there's got to be something new, because nothing we've seen actually poses any kind of a threat. Cannons don't even pose a threat to them. I mean, they're biological, so I'm thinking poison. Is there a way, because they'll eat basically any blood, so if maybe, is there any way you can just poison them in some way? But then if they're robots, that won't work. I need someone to capture one to study it. But then again, Eren's also had another dream. His dad's gone crazy because the mum's dead, and he's trying to inject Eren with something. That just seems bad. But he also seemed like I think his voice changed, right? I'm trying to dissect the vision. His voice has changed towards the end, I think. But during the dream, it was still his young voice. So did the dad show up in the 2 years that have passed and then try to inject Eren with something? I'm not quite sure. But then looking at the other kids and how they processed this horror, you have the sister who kind of got, I would say, depressed, or just, I don't know, she feels like she's caved in on herself. There's no hope left. Her whole thing now is to protect her brother, to fulfill her mother's dying wish. She was saying how they've accepted that they're all parasites. She's accepted that. And basically she seems that she has no sort of opinions on anything anymore. She's just caving to what the world wants and will go wherever her brother goes. It's a really sad reality that she's basically lost her own individuality through this and has basically just become the last testament of her mother. But of course, that's what this tragedy would do to someone. It has destroyed her. The last thing moving her forward is just trying to protect her brother. She's accepting just what things are now, that she is a parasite to this world. Because she's not trying to get stronger for herself, she's just getting stronger so that she can protect her brother, just going wherever he's going. And it's just a really sad thing to think about, because that means she has just nothing for herself. Armin, on the other hand, we're seeing a lot more development with him. He had a more positive outlook, being happy that he got bread, because he didn't see what happened. He saw them break through, but he didn't see really anyone die. He kind of escaped the trauma of it all. So of course he had a more positive outlook. Yes, they're parasites, I guess. They've got to take what they're given to just survive. He was happy that they got more bread for everyone. And of course that's going to conflict with where Eren's at, where he just hates everything right now. But it's cool to see that Armin is willing to learn to fight and actually defend himself, because that's basically, he's motivated also by Eren. Everyone is sort of motivated by this central figure. He has the desire to fight, the hatred to fight. Of course, it's not a great thing and he'll probably get consumed by hatred or something. I hope he gets some kind of revenge. But also, I want to see him find happiness at the end of this. Like, what is his story going to be? I have so many thoughts and so many just ideas and questions about where this can all lead, and I'm just so excited to see where it'll all go. It's such a tall thing to ask. You have one kid that basically wants to destroy all Titans. Is it going to be like him just being able to do it all himself, or is he meant to be an inspirational figure? But then again, if that's the case, it's all stemming from hatred, which can't be a good thing. Of course, I do like a bit of revenge, but if you want to start like the future of humanity, is that the foundation you want to set it on? Probably not. So I do like the combination that we've got. We've got one that's fueled by hatred, that has basically the drive to win. Armin, I feel like he's got the best chance of actually starting the future of humanity, which is what I guess the first episode is pointing towards. He has a more positive outlook, which is probably beneficial for society. And you have Mikasa, who has just become this person that needs to protect her brother, protect the motivation and keep that going. So I think they'll work very well together, just trying to save the day here. But also, what kind of training can they receive? Will it be at all effective against this thing? I really don't know. They could barely do anything against the regular ones, and now we're seeing like worse ones show up without skin, and yeah, nothing's doing anything to them. I think one of the small regular ones got hit by a cannon, and maybe that killed them, but they're getting better. I'm very hopeless right now. Also, I do love just the lore and the history we got on everything. These Titans just showed up out of nowhere over 100 years ago and nearly killed off all of humanity. So how do they just appear out of nowhere? Something happened all the way back then. I want to know what it is desperately now. But also, for some reason, now they've started to change. So, yay! Great, amazing. Also love the look of the city and just how the walls work. It's this one central place surrounded by different layers of walls, like Ba Sing Se from Avatar. It's like that. So I do hope we get to explore further inside the city, but hopefully that doesn't come with like more parts of it getting destroyed. But I want to see what the central government looks like. What do these people think of the people on the outside of the walls? Is there a class disparity? Because I feel like that's been hinted at with how this one soldier considers them all like beneath all the refugees beneath him. So far this has just been set up to be very, very interesting. I'm already loving so much how this story is being built, where we're introduced to a falling world and we're getting to see it basically fall again. We finally get like a bit of lore and history on this place and just understanding what the actual conflict is. Over 100 years ago, things showed up, nearly made humanity extinct until they were able to make this city. That was their last fortress, their last place of peace. And now that's crumbling. It's just so interesting how the story basically starts at the end of humanity and just trying to cling on to this last bit to keep it going for the future. But looking at Eren, I think he's such a brilliant character to actually lead this show. And what I love about him so much, right off the bat, he's vengeful. It's different than I think the typical stuff I see, where normally the first episode or the first little thing you get to see to get you intrigued to a show, it's more optimistic, it's more positive. I think it's so rare to actually start something in such a negative way where the main character is so filled with hatred and vengeance that their entire being is devoted to destruction and destroying something and avenging what they lost. I mean, sometimes that has been done, but it's put in a more positive way. This one is unapologetically just saying this kid has been destroyed by these events and he's going to do everything in his power to take revenge on that. Not build something better, just destroy the things that destroyed him. Because of course it's probably not going to be the best thing in the end to be fueled by revenge or all of this kind of thing. It's not something you want to build a future on or the future of the world on. So if he does become this figure that is a Titan killer, he'll have a lot of eyes on him. It's not the best thing to actually build a future around someone that's just fueled by revenge. That's never good. Thankfully he does have two other characters sort of balancing that out, with Armin especially being the more positive one. But I just think it's so intriguing and so fun getting to watch this character who just wants to avenge his mum and destroy these awful things that have destroyed his life. We do get some other weird things going on with him with the vision. The visions confuse me. Is that a power? Like, in the most vague terms, is it a power that he has that he can just have these dreams into the future? I don't know, it seems weird. Because the dad seems, the vision he got here, the dad, he looked tied up, the dad went insane from losing the mum, and he's trying to inject Eren with something. Eren still had his young voice, so I'm guessing it must have taken place within the 2 years that we're missing. But then again, why don't we see it? Has it not happened yet? I don't quite know. But it's terrifying, it's scary. Like, what else is this kid going to end up dreaming about that's going to come to pass? Is there any way he can harness his ability to actually see the future in a way? Because that could be what changes to allow him to kill the Titans. Can he figure out a way to use this future sight stuff to find a weakness, to see how they attack, to avoid it, and just help in combat? Don't quite know. I'm just hoping it will become useful to him. Then we have Mikasa, and I think her character, she's probably the most sad one to follow, mainly because her own individuality has been stripped away by this event. I just like how each character has something different going on, which they've taken away from this catastrophe. Eren, filled with vengeance. Armin, a bit more hopeful because he didn't see it with his own eyes. He's still got the positive attitude, but still has the desire to fight now and defend himself. But Mikasa has basically just died inside. The mum is dead, and all she has left is to carry on her final wish of protecting her brother. No individuality to herself, just her entire being now is dedicated to defending Eren. She has no wants, no desires, no needs or whatever. It's just everything devoted to protecting him. She was force-feeding him here. That's basically it. I don't actually know if she'll actually look after herself at this point. She's joined the army because of him and joined the cadets because of him. So we don't even know what she wanted before this, before the catastrophe happened. She is just here to look after her brother. It's so sad to think about, but that is like the result of this catastrophe. She lost everything important to her, so now she can kind of say that she does want to just protect the one thing she has left, or it is that she is dead inside and is doing the mum's final wish. Because I'm trying to think what that can lead for her own story going forward, because something's got to change, but how can it change? My one assumption is maybe something bad happens to Eren and she's then forced to think that, oh, she failed, she's got to do something else, because she's constantly successful and she is protecting Eren and nothing bad happens to him. She has no need to change or no need to sort of have a desire or want for herself. Maybe something comes up that can change that. Because it is very depressing, and I want the best for everyone in this scenario. And Mikasa feels like the one that I want that most for, because she feels like she's nothing at this point. She is nothing but a bodyguard. Then on to Armin, who definitely has the most positive outlook of everyone. Of course, the tragedy affected him. It's not positive hugely. He's not like a happy-go-lucky kid anymore. He still has changed quite a bit. He will now fight to end the Titans and fight with Eren. So we have seen that development from him, where he'll no longer just take a beating. He will try and fight to kill the Titans, but he still has positivity to him, which is very good to balance out Eren's negativity. He is the one that has to basically start society up again, I guess, or just lead humanity into the future. He's the one that believed that the society's future lied beyond the walls, and it's good that he's kept his positive attitude, because I think if he experienced what Eren and Mikasa did, that would not be there anymore. He would have just died inside like both of them. I just think it's so interesting how we see three different characters experience the same event differently. One where Eren was so close to it, he actually saw his mum get killed brutally. Mikasa was there but didn't actually see it happen. She obviously heard it, but didn't see it because she was pointed in the other direction. Well, Armin was basically absent to that event, yet still saw the calamity happening around him. They've all taken different things from it, and it's going to lead to something hopefully very good. One, fueled by the desire for revenge, he's basically become an immovable object. He is never going to be deterred from his path. He has unwavering desire to fulfill his new mission, destroying the Titans. He is basically turned into a runaway boulder, a force of nature that cannot be stopped. Amazing. Mikasa will defend that force of nature, make sure that it doesn't get hurt, because it probably might not defend itself that well. He'll be fueled by vengeance, so obviously mistakes are going to come along. She is going to be the one to protect him and just keep that desire going. Well, Armin basically use this weapon, I guess, that Eren has been turned into, and hopefully make something good out of it. Eren can go and kill all the monsters. Well, Armin can help that, but also bring some positivity along, where it isn't just destruction, where he can just continue to bring hope to the future of humanity. Then the Titans, and they are extremely alarming to me. I think we didn't get any more answers in this, it's just more questions. Answers we got at the very start, where they give us a bit of lore information about how this all started, and it's just that over 100 years ago, they appeared out of nowhere, and that's terrifying to think about. Because I've got two theories in my mind right now. Either people can turn into them, or they're robots. I think we haven't even seen any of them bleed, have we? I don't know, because the robot idea comes from the new one that shows up that has no muscle but has hair, and he basically, after he breaks through the other wall, he takes a sigh, or like he expels heat. It feels like a machine overheating, so they have to stop, let out the heat, and then start up again, I guess. But it feels like a machine in that one. But maybe there are some that are machines, some that are biological, I don't quite know. If they eat people, that to me would seem like they need fuel, or just food, or in general, to keep going. But if they haven't eaten people for over 100 years, how are they still are then again, are they immortal? If they started over 100 years ago, and they're still around today, they haven't died out. I don't think they can reproduce. I doubt they can, because they're clothless, and this is an 18+ show, so I don't really know. It's not sort of defined. You would assume they would have starved out by now, unless they are mortal or machines. I don't know. I've got so many questions. I love how this keeps it so hidden, while giving you some little things to sort of tease you with answers. But ultimately, you're just going to get wrapped in your own head just thinking about what on earth these things are. But yeah, new ones have shown up. So you got the giant one that's bigger than... You have the giant that's bigger than the wall. Also has no skin, which makes me think biological. Why would they want a machine with this amount of detail and anatomy? But this one's over the walls. This one's taller than the walls. He got shot with lightning and he just appeared. There was no other lightning flash when the other one showed up, so that breaks that theory. So this one exists, and then we have another one that's shown up. This means there are probably more, and it could be that they're unending. But where does it come from? How come that one didn't show up at the start and break through the first wall? I feel like that would have been easier than just having the giant one do it, unless they wanted to instill fear. It feels planned out in a way. You have a giant one first show up, break a hole through the wall to let the little ones in, and then you have this other mystery one show up that breaks through the second wall. Why not just have the big one do it all, or why not have the other one do it all? Why use two? They clearly can't defend against these things. Why use 2 unless you want them to be afraid? But who wants them to do it? They're meant to be mindless things. It feels like something else is going on, some kind of plan. But who on earth would want to create things that eat people? It feels odd, and I can't put my head around how and why it works. It could very easily be some kind of mastermind that's controlling them and using them for some weird purpose, but I've got no clue what that purpose would be. Or they are just random creatures that have somehow evolved to do this. That I think might explain it. But no, they both explain it equally. I don't know. I need more info. And then we get to the city, which I absolutely love. It feels like Ba Sing Se, but of course, in an apocalypse. Don't quite know if there is a classism issue. I feel like there's hints of that with how one of the higher-ups was talking about refugees flooding in like plague rats or something. I hate that. I hate that comparison. Why couldn't they say they're like gushing in like water, or like it's uncontrollable? Why'd they have to compare them to rats? I don't like that at all. Makes me think that the higher-ups don't see refugees as people. And you also had a guard that didn't like them either, but again, you can say that he's hungry, that he's given up his own rations to help them, which could be an admirable thing, or maybe it wasn't his choice and he just hates them anyway. He was talking about having them be fed up for slaughter. So I don't quite like that. But also the city itself. It has many rings and you have little outcrops, right? They are bait traps. They're basically chum buckets to guide the Titans to certain points so that they're easier to manage. That's insane. Like, I think that tells me all I need to know about how this city is orchestrated. I mean, I guess you could say during the apocalypse you do whatever's necessary to keep the most people safe. But this feels like a disaster. Why don't just reinforce the walls and make them taller? Why not do that? Why actually select different parts of the wall and turn them into chum buckets to guide the predators to those specific points? That is a nightmare. It's basically designed to have these things fall first so you can protect the bits at the center. That's it. And that feels awful. So I do think the government probably is kind of evil at this point, just the way the city's organized. But then again, you had some religious people saying the walls were just a gift from God, so not quite sure what the truth is there. But it just does not look good for this city if it's organized like this. As for what's next, 2 years have passed and we're hopefully getting into some kind of training. I want to see things have changed, right? I want some hope that these things can be killed, because right now I don't think they can. We have seen no proof of that. Of course, you could say it's been 100 years of peace, no one was prepared, and now they are going to start advancing and actually training their soldiers to actually be able to kill them. Because ultimately, they just haven't been able to do anything. This training, from just what we've seen, is completely pointless. They've trained other people before, they've done nothing, they've been frozen with fear. The training in this better be rigorous and effective. I have no doubt that Eren is going to excel at this. I imagine Armin's probably going to struggle. I imagine Mikasa is probably going to do very well in just being able to shut anyone down. We saw how she was insanely strong with just being able to chuck Eren like across a sort of courtyard, and then she scared 3 bullies away. She's going to be fine here. Armin is probably the one that's going to struggle, but I just hope that we see some success from these guys. I want to see like a Titan die at some point. I need that to happen soon, just to give me some kind of hope, because we could see all the flashy training we want, but it's not going to mean anything unless we actually see it be used and be effective. But I am so excited to see where this show will go now. The 3 characters that we're following feel absolutely amazing. Love how they each take a different thing away from the calamity that we have seen. And now this story just feels so big. It feels like we're going to be watching a giant revenge tale. We're also trying to figure out how to rebuild society. We're also having a brother-sister dynamic where they're trying to protect each other. It seems so amazing. Overall, I think this episode was absolutely amazing. I love just seeing the aftermath of everything that happened while we're also getting more clues on stuff, and it just felt terrifying from start to finish. It feels like these creatures are just everywhere and there's nothing anyone can do about them. The way that it builds the characters with having them each have something different, with each of them taking something different away from this calamity to build 3 separate stories around them, is just really cool. But also it feels quite hopeless as well. I definitely need to see a Titan fall at some point, and fall by someone's hand. What's the point in training people to fight when I think the only thing we've seen actually work is a cannon against one of the small ones? We got to see some change. We've got to see some kind of improvement from the training, from weapons, from anything. But I also just love how the story is building with teasing this mystery that's going on. There's so many aspects of this story that I'm loving. The mystery itself, how the Titans appeared, how they started, why they're changing now, all of it just feels so insane. You also have the weird vision stuff. There's so many aspects of this story going on. Just juggling in my head just is fun. I cannot wait to see now how the story will progress, how everything's going to come together. And I feel like there is some kind of hope there where I want to see this world improve, but also it feels like it's going to be insanely difficult. But yeah, with that said, that does bring me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments. And with that, I will see you in the next one for Season 1, Episode 3. See ya!